Ever pondered about the life of the prophet Elijah? Well, let's journey together into the pages of history where we meet this captivating figure. Elijah, a name that resonates through the corridors of time, is a prophet from the ancient scriptures of the Bible. His name is not just a collection of letters, but a proclamation in itself. It means Yahweh is my God, a testament to his unyielding faith and undying devotion. Elijah hailed from Tishbe, a small town tucked away in the rugged terrains of Gilead. This detail, while seemingly insignificant, hints at the humble origins of this towering spiritual figure. Just imagine a man from such a modest background rising to become one of the most revered prophets in history. It's a classic tale of the underdog, isn't it? Now let's turn the pages of time to the reign of King Ahab, a period marked by spiritual tumult and religious upheaval. This was the era that Elijah stepped into, a time when the worship of Baal was widespread and the belief in Yahweh was waning. Elijah, with his unwavering faith, stood as a beacon of hope amidst this spiritual chaos. His life was not a tranquil journey, but a tumultuous voyage, sailing against the tide, challenging the status quo, and standing firm in his belief despite the threats and challenges that came his way. Elijah's life is a testament to the fact that faith is not a tranquil stream, but a roaring river, constantly carving its path, undeterred by the rocks of trials and tribulations. So, who was Elijah? He was a man of humble origins, a prophet of unwavering faith, a beacon of hope in an era of spiritual chaos, and a testament to the power of belief against all odds. His life is not just a tale from antiquity, but a timeless lesson on faith and resilience. Now that you know who Elijah was, let's delve into his life and the miracles attributed to him. Did you know that Elijah performed miracles? A compelling testament to this fact is the story of Elijah and the widow of Zarephath. Amidst a severe famine, Elijah, directed by God, finds himself in the humble abode of a destitute widow and her son. They had prepared for their last meal, resigned to the inevitability of death. But Elijah, with a heart full of compassion, promises them that their jar of flour will not be used up, nor would their jug of oil run dry until the day the Lord sends rain on the land. And so it happened, just as Elijah had said. The widow and her son had enough food to sustain them through the famine. This miracle was not just a display of divine power, but also a testament to the kindness and generosity of Elijah. Through this story, we see the kindness and power of Elijah. Ever heard of a single man standing against 450? Well, that's exactly what Elijah did when he confronted the prophets of Baal. His audacity was not rooted in arrogance, but in a profound faith in the power of the God he served. In this dramatic episode, Elijah challenged the prophets of Baal to a contest. The rules were simple. Each side would prepare a bull for sacrifice and call upon their respective deities to ignite the offering. The God who responded with fire would be acknowledged as the true God. Imagine the scene. 450 prophets of Baal, frantically calling out to their God, dancing around their altar, slashing themselves until their blood flowed, as was their custom. Yet, there was no response, no voice, no one answered, no one paid attention. Then, it was Elijah's turn. He rebuilt the Lord's altar that had been torn down, prepared the bull, and did something quite peculiar. He drenched the offering and the altar with water. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, until the water ran around the altar and filled the trench. Then he prayed. His prayer was simple yet profound. He asked the Lord to let it be known that he is God in Israel, and that Elijah is his servant who has done all these things at his command. He prayed for the people to know that the Lord is turning their hearts back again. And then the fire of the Lord fell. It consumed the burnt offering, the wood, the stones, and the soil, and also licked up the water in the trench. The people saw it, they fell prostrate and cried, "The Lord, He is God! The Lord, He is God!" In this event, Elijah's faith and God's power shined brightly. It was a moment that underscored the reality of a God who answers by fire, who responds to the faith of his servants, and who proves himself to be the one true God. Can a prophet suffer from depression? You might be surprised to know that even the great prophet Elijah had his moments of despair. After his monumental victory on Mount Carmel, Elijah found himself fleeing for his life, feeling defeated and drained. It was a dark moment for him, a stark contrast to the triumphant prophet we'd seen earlier. Yet, in this gloom there was a glimmer of hope. God didn't abandon Elijah in his time of need. Instead, he provided food and water for Elijah, nourishing him physically and spiritually. He gave Elijah the strength to continue his journey, showing us that even in our darkest moments, we're not alone. Elijah's experience with depression is a poignant reminder of the human side of prophets, the side that struggles and feels pain just like us. Elijah's story reminds us that it's okay to feel down sometimes. How does a fiery chariot and whirlwind sound for a grand exit? This is not the stuff of a Hollywood blockbuster, but rather the spectacular finale of the prophet Elijah's time on earth. Elijah was not destined for a conventional end. His exit from the world was foretold to him and his apprentice Elisha. As they journeyed together, Elijah tried to dissuade Elisha from following him, but Elisha was insistent on staying by his side. He asked for a double portion of Elijah's spirit, a request that would be granted only if Elisha witnessed Elijah's ascension. As they walked and talked, an extraordinary spectacle unfolded. A chariot of fire, pulled by fiery horses, appeared, separating the two men. Then, as if this wasn't astonishing enough, a whirlwind swept Elijah up and away, right before Elisha's eyes. Imagine the scene: the sky ablaze with the chariot's fire, the air swirling with the force of the whirlwind, and the earthbound prophet Elisha, watching his mentor ascend to the heavens in a blaze of glory. It was an exit befitting a man who had devoted his life to serving God, performed miracles, and fearlessly confronted kings and false prophets. The chariot of fire and the whirlwind are potent symbols, representing God's power and presence. The fiery chariot is often interpreted as a manifestation of God's divine glory, while the whirlwind signifies his might and sovereignty. Elijah's ascension in such a dramatic fashion underscores his special place in God's plan. Elisha, bereft but blessed, picked up Elijah's fallen cloak, a poignant symbol of the prophetic mantle now passed on to him. And so, the spirit and legacy of Elijah lived on, even as the man himself had taken his leave in the most extraordinary fashion. Elijah's departure from this world was as miraculous as his life. His ascension in a chariot of fire and a whirlwind remains one of the most vivid and awe-inspiring events in biblical history, an unforgettable end for an unforgettable prophet. Oh, what legacy did Elijah leave behind? A question we must ponder as we delve into the final chapter of our journey through the life of this extraordinary prophet. Elijah's influence extends far beyond his lifetime, shaping the calling and mission of later prophets, most notably Elisha. Elisha, who was Elijah's devoted disciple, received a double portion of Elijah's spirit when he was taken up to the heavens. This spiritual inheritance empowered Elisha to perform even more miracles than his master, furthering the work of God amongst the people of Israel. But Elijah's legacy doesn't stop there. It echoes through the ages, finding its way into the pages of the New Testament. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus Christ himself identifies John the Baptist as the coming of Elijah, linking the old and the new, showing the enduring influence of Elijah's prophetic ministry. Elijah also holds a significant role in Jewish tradition. His name is invoked during the weekly Havdalah ritual that marks the end of the Sabbath. And a chair for Elijah is present at every circumcision ceremony, symbolizing his role as the protector of children. During Passover, a cup of wine is poured, and the door is opened for Elijah, in anticipation of his prophesied return. In the book of Malachi, it's told that Elijah will return before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, a prophecy that has kept the memory of Elijah alive and vibrant in Jewish, Christian, and Islamic traditions. His story, his strength, his unwavering faith in the face of adversity, and his fierce commitment to the truth have left an indelible mark on the religious landscape. His life serves as a beacon for those seeking to navigate their spiritual journey, a testament to the power of faith and the transformative potential of unwavering dedication to a divine calling. Elijah's legacy is not confined to the pages of sacred texts, but thrives in the hearts and minds of believers. His spirit, his courage, his devotion, they all live on, reminding us of the power of faith and the possibility of divine intervention. Elijah's legacy continues to inspire and guide us even today.